Sick. Okay.
Welcome back to Keep It Up with the Nerds. My name is Brian.
Nick.
Phil.
And yeah, here's your Thursday video. Just because we shot a complete episode on Santa Fe Springs Art Festival, we're going to make a short video talking about The Last Airbender, or no, excuse me, Avatar, The Legend of Aang, the animated movie that was supposed to be released by the original creators of Avatar in October, got leaked. So it's out there in the wild.
So this isn't Shalamalam? What's his name?
No, it's not Mike. No, I'm not Shyamalan. That's Nightmare.
Shalamalalalik. No, you know what? And it's wild because so this one is. So the creators of Avatar, they actually went off, created their own studio, and they called it the Avatar Studios.
Okay.
They're partnered up with Paramount, and then originally what their original deal was is that it was going to be a full-length movie continuing Aang's story after the event.
After the animated series.
After the animated series, so it's going to be like 10 years later.
Oh.
And then it's gonna be a brand new story.
This is in between Legend of
Korra. Yeah, Legend of Korra going and the fall of the Fire Nation.
Okay.
Bear in mind, Aang needs to die for Korra to exist, and literally, like Aang has to die, and then Korra is born.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's interesting
Within
because
seconds.
Yeah,
Right.
so
He's just gonna.
Yeah.
The other one.
He goes, she comes. But anyway,
That's what she said.
No, but it was really interesting because nobody had any idea. We hadn't really heard too much about this movie. They released something about it. Yeah, they released something about it.
Was there no trailers? There was nothing?
Nothing.
There hasn't been a trailer. There hasn't been any posts. They had concept art a year ago, and nobody's heard anything about it since.
So they made a whole movie under the radar.
No, we knew about it.
Okay.
They announced this is what's going to happen.
Okay.
No
2
one's
years
got
ago.
2 years ago. No one's got an update, and they literally just got. And everybody's like, "This movie's supposed to come out in October.
Right.
When are we going to get a trailer, a poster,
So,
something?"
backstory to it. So, this movie was supposed to come out in theaters. This is still under Paramount. This is the studio, the Avatar studio. But what happened was Paramount, being Paramount, decided to say, we're going to take this off the theater list and we're going to put it on streaming. So, because
on their platform.
On their platform.
Okay, Paramount only.
So that caused an uproar amongst the audience of Avatar. So that is where the hacker, apparently,
It wasn't a hacker.
it was.
No, it wasn't. They already confirmed it wasn't.
Hold it.
I want to hold it.
No, you're done.
That's right. Here at Keep It Up with the Nerds, we only have one mic.
Two, because you're wearing one.
I don't count.
Yeah, no. So they already confirmed it wasn't a hacker. It wasn't a data breach. It was somebody that was in their distribution center.
Oh, they just dropped?
They put it on Twitter, and that was it.
Is this like a Deadpool situation? Like we have like
Yes, but the thing was is that they're not entirely too sure who did it. It was so Paramount basically made a copy of it, and then they sent it to their distribution center so that way they could make DVDs and Blu-rays.
Okay.
And then once it got to that distribution center, the same day is when the leak happened. So they don't know who did it. They don't know what happened, but that's the only time.
There's a mole in Avatar.
So they're like, that's the only time that it's left the studio.
Apparently, there was a message that got left behind that the reason the person who leaked it did it was because it was a response to Paramount leaking, or not leaking, but switching it over to streaming rather than it going to theaters.
They wanted a theatrical release.
Well, because it doesn't, but it to them, it didn't matter.
Yeah, to be fair, it's, from what I've seen from the movie, it's really good. Like, it's probably the best Avatar that I've seen in the last 10 to 15 years.
Besides Korra.
No.
Korra was great.
Korra's garbage.
Korra's great.
Compared to this,
I'm not a big.
no, I think Avatar Korra is interesting. She's a great concept. I like the idea of an avatar that just picks up all the bendings really, really fast, and but she just doesn't know how to connect to the spirit realm. I feel like that's a very interesting concept. It's a nice little reversal from Aang, where he struggled with a lot of his elements.
But it was the Legend of Kaka, right?
Yeah. but it goes, and it's interesting because they always seem to make Korra like a villain.
That's the whole time I was watching. I was like, I don't know if I really with this Korra lady.
It depends. I think it's like a taste because, like, I was having a couple discussions with a couple people about this where it's like Korra was very. You had people that loved her, you had people that hate her. Whereas Aang was like very lovable overall. There's not a lot of haters unless you just didn't watch the show.
Right.
To that I understand, but we're not talking about Korra. We're talking about the Legend of Aang. That's what we're going to focus on.
So when you find Aang and the team Avatar, they are in their 20s. So it's been about 10 years since the events of Avatar: The Last Airbender. They've just finished building.
He a teenager when that ended?
He was 12.
He was 12. Okay.
He was 12. So he was 12. So it's been about 10 years because he's about 22, 23. He's gone through puberty. Him and Katara are dating. Like they're officially like an item. Yeah. They've been dating for a long time. They've just completed Republic City.
Okay.
So the city that Korra
that she
destroys.
Yeah.
Destroy it. Oh, with the spirit realm.
She destroys it with the spirit realm. Yeah. She also kaiju'd it.
That's true.
She destroyed that city.
I mean, it's Legend of Aang.
Yeah. And so they just finished building it. What was it? They've officially announced that all 4 nations are going to be welcomed in Republic City. Okay. And this is what's going to happen. The only problem is that now you have what's called the untouched or like the unbound, which is the
like incels.
They're not. So it's a bunch of non-benders.
Oh.
So it's all the non-benders, and they end up breaking into the Earth, the air temple, and they're after a weapon.
Okay.
And basically,
so it's like humans.
It's just regular humans with kung fu. So you remember the first villain, Amon?
Super ninja.
Yeah, the ninjas and everything like that.
Yeah. And he touches you like this, and you
So this is like the precursor to Amon's rebellious faction.
By the way, do you remember how Amon took your bending away?
All I remember was like
your nipples, right?
No. No, he was secretly a waterbender that blood bended your chakra.
It was blood bending, wasn't it?
Yeah. He would block your your chakra points, and that's how he would do whatever.
Damn chakra points again. got them blocked.
But
go on, talk about the rest of the.
No, but it's interesting because you actually get to see where everybody is in their lives. Like Sokka went back to the Water Tribe.
Zuko looks hot.
Zuko is hot.
When is Zuko not hot?
You know it's true.
No, like you think he was like, he thought he was bad boy, but no, he's like,
woo.
Yeah. Woo. You know what's funny about Zuko? There's a scene after like the MacGuffin of the movie starts, and you're kind of like, okay, cool, and we need to reassemble Team Avatar.
Right.
And there's a scene that's been going around where, what was it? There's a messenger and he interrupts the Fire Lord, and
Wait, this is all live action or it's animation?
This is all animation.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so it's all animation, and then so basically he interrupts the Fire Lord, and he's like, "There's only one message that can interrupt the meeting with the Fire Lord." He goes, "What does the Avatar have to say?" And then the messenger opens the letter, and then he looks up and he's like, and then he goes, "Read it." He goes, "All right, what up, Flameo Hot Man? How's being Fire Lord? Is it rad?" Just
He basically sent him like a dude. What's up, bro? Just want to check in.
He sent him a text. He basically just sent him like a "you up" text.
He DM'd him with humans, like a physical DM.
Yeah, it's so funny too because at the very bottom, because he has like this guy who's like in charge of like his people, and like the guy's really annoying, and he goes, "Is that guy still annoying you? That's in your office?" And the guy's in the room, just
outing everybody.
Yeah. And you see Zuko, and he's like, "I gotta go."
So let's not talk more about the movie because I kind of want to bring this up as like a conversation point. Okay, so I want to bring this up as a conversation point, and the main reason as to why we wanted to make this video because it was a topic for the podcast. But a lot of people, there's been a lot of debate online. Yes. I'm going to ignore the Avatar fan base because I feel like they're either it's a 50-50 with them. They're either very happy about it or very opinionated in a different way.
40 million downloads in the first day it was released.
Okay, so
to the point where Paramount has now given up taking it down.
I mean, it's too late.
Every single time that it goes up, they pull it down, and then a new one pops up. And, like, it's all over the internet now. You can't take it down.
Yeah. So the original voice actress for Toph actually came out and said, out of respect to the new voice actors, the animators, and us, the old cast that is no longer a part of the franchise anymore, like, don't watch it. Don't.
Yes.
And so I've been on this kind of like boat because like you can easily find it online. You can.
Right.
Morally,
Don't watch it.
It's like
morally
Got it.
speaking,
it's like 3 Google searches.
yeah. Morally speaking, I've kind of been in this fence of like, do I want to? Do I not? You know, like, you know, I don't obviously, but like, you know,
It's not like you have access to it.
yeah, I mean, it's out there, you know. But as an artist, we're going to ask you this, and I think that this would be a great point of conversation. As an artist, someone who's created products, someone who's been putting art out there, what would you feel being put in this situation where something that you did is put out there for people to get?
As an
relief?
artist, and it's already too late. It's out, right? This is where I pivot. This is where I go, okay, we're not going to make anything off of this, but everyone's seen it. Let's get the merchandise rolling.
Yep.
Let's get the merchandise rolling. Let's do a tour. You've all seen it already. Let's get the voice actors out there. Let's get them tables. Let's get them to, you know, people go pay them for signatures, whatever, so they can make their little piece and everybody's happy. Because at this point, it's already out. So just celebrate it.
I think I'm actually more surprised that it didn't just get dropped on Paramount Plus after that. Honestly,
I mean-
once you had it already on, like, online for, like, the first day,
They
and
probably
it was
had
uncontrolled.
plans for it. They probably
Oh, yeah.
had
Marketing.
all kinds of contracts and this and that. You know, we gotta put this out and this and this. That's probably all done.
Yes.
You know, whatever plans they had for it, I'm assuming are just done.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think they can't pivot that fast because it's such a big machine, right? There's too many moving parts. But I would try to pivot, and I would try to say like, okay, what could we make out of this? You know, a better situation. It sucks. Like you put all this work in, it's gone. Let's move forward with it. That's what I would.
But
I would try to
my thing, and I get it too. It does suck, and I know that depending on how exactly the contracts worked, because a lot of the time streaming, it would go on points on like how many views
Right.
like it actually got, and that's how many points that the actors got, the director, and then sometimes even the crew, depending on what the contracts were. I'm not entirely too sure, but some of the artists are once I got paid, I got paid. Like I don't get anything off the views.
But the reviews are good, right?
Everybody loves it.
I would say then just put it in the theater again.
yeah.
Go put it in the theater and have showings.
But that's the thing is that Paramount is very like stubborn about this, and I think like here's the thing: you're talking like a smart person. These executives,
I use logic.
Yeah,
you
I
use
use logic.
logic.
But again, you're
My
talking
bad.
like a smart person. You're
Right.
talking as someone who has risk in this factor. You're thinking
Right.
that way, right? And that makes sense. For me, the way I'm seeing it is that Paramount is looking at this going like, well, crap, now our stuff is out there. They're grumpy about it, and they're not doing anything. Like, how is it possible that by April we get the full leak of the movie and they still plan on releasing it in October? Because you're not wrong.
They haven't changed anything.
Right.
The amount of people that would buy Avatar products is
Yeah.
crazy. I got into the Avatar Magic
The
Secret
Mac
Lair.
that
Yeah.
just came out maybe a couple months ago.
I got into
Yeah.
it. Avatar has not lost its love, and I don't understand that aspect of Paramount. Like, to me, this is more of my rant. Sorry, but Paramount has like hatred towards this Avatar studio, towards that franchise in particular, because it's not the first time that they've done something stupid. Granted, the first run
Right.
of the Last Airbender, they had 3 seasons, and they wanted to end it with 3 seasons, and they did great there. Korra was treated unfairly, and it hurt them at the end, because what ended up happening, 2 things. One, they ended up pulling the show from TV to streaming. Shut up. I'm being serious on this. They pulled the show from TV to streaming, and then they released the last season on TV.
Yes.
And the last season was what hurt them, because they ended up speeding through it, that they had to just kind of like make a stupid ending, because I wasn't a fan of the ending,
Right.
to give Korra a relationship.
The Game of Thrones.
They basically did.
So they cut corners.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
And that was a Paramount decision, at least from what I understood back then. Right now, you're in the situation where it's still a hot commodity. The Netflix show did really great.
Right.
People
Still doing good.
Still doing good. They're doing a season 2. They're even doing a season 3. They're in production for it, or preparing to make the production for it.
The live action, right? Is that
Yeah,
what I'm talking about?
the live action is so funny because Aang is supposed to be 12. That man's 30. Like if you just
magic.
like from one season to the next, where they're like, oh, and then this is the next day, and the dude grew
he's
like
like-
12 inches.
Hey guys, so are we gonna airbend today, or
Let's airbend. But
He's like, oh, hold on, I gotta shave real quick.
But that's the thing, is that again, you're thinking like a smart person.
Right.
Paramount should have pivoted already and been like, okay, guys, guess what? Surprise release. Unless they're still working
so
on
it could
certain
be a
aspects.
couple factors then, right? It could be pride, just straight up pride, because
Which is stupid.
We've seen, not to get, I'm not getting political. I'm just saying people in power do things because we're human and we have emotions, and when no one can tell you no, you do things out of pride, right?
Which makes sense, yeah.
When it comes to toys, though, like especially going like why not just start releasing toys? I imagine that production for toys probably would have been in the next like 2 months.
Right.
Coming up, just because the amount of I have to make the toys, put them in the box, ship them,
Right.
send it out to stores, everything like that
There's
for an October.
Whole merchant, back end deals of like, oh shit, I touched the mic, my bad. Yeah, there's a bunch going on, and there's also a lady at the door.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, let's wrap up.
Oh my god. No. But anyway, which what was it? But the whole thing is that when you go into the whole, toys and we're going to start releasing posters, we're going to start doing everything else. I think that what they really need to do is they need to like kind of move that machine and kind of go, okay, whatever else we had planned, let's get this moving.
This is another case of old media versus new media, right?
Yeah.
Because our generation of doing things, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're quick. Everything's moving. Okay, we can pivot. Okay, we got to do this, we got to do that. With them, it's like, well, we have contracts, we have people over here doing this, people over here doing that. Mm-hmm. Can we move everything around? Will it work? Will it be in sync? Is my marketing, there's like a million things they probably have to think of, and it's probably hard for them to pivot. But it could also be the pride thing, where you're like, hey, man, we dropped the ball. Someone dropped the ball. We're in where we're at.
I think 40 million downloads though in the first day is insane, and it's only growing.
It's still going to be watched on streaming when it comes out.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, the fan base is there. All I got to say is like if people have access to watch it, you can't really blame them because that's just that the internet's still the Wild West a little bit.
I mean, look, I have a kid that's in high school, and the amount of times his little friends tell me, like, oh, yeah, I watched that. I'm like, how did you watch that?
They have
and I know how, you know what I mean? But I'm like, it's so easy now.
Yeah, it is.
It's so easy.
The easiest thing I could think of is because after kind of seeing what's on the version that's already been released, make an extended cut.
Yeah.
Release it longer, because right now it's 90 minutes right now. It's a 2.5 hour cut, because in the movie you can kind of feel where they've cut, where like storylines may have gotten like kind of dropped off, where it's like we don't have enough time, but it's not like a left hanging like thing. It's like something very minor. I can totally see them going, okay, well, you know what? We're gonna add 45 minutes to the movie. It's a totally different movie now.
I think that, or take all the footage they cut out, make a miniseries.
Yeah.
Make the best out of the situation.
Mm-hmm. People are gonna watch it no matter what. Avatar fans are gonna love it. They're gonna give it all the props in the world. It's a shame that it got released, but also it looks pretty sick. Like,
I might hold off on watching it.
Yeah, man.
I have access, but I don't know. It's there.
And see, that's what they want you to do, right?
Yeah.
Some people will wait. Like
Yeah.
there are people that'll wait. Just because there was however many downloads doesn't mean it got watched or whatever.
There's still that audience.
Yeah.
And there are people that'll probably watch it on streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to wrap up this video, but overall, just wanted to quickly talk about it. You're a fan of Avatar. We're all fans of Avatar. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And we'll definitely be talking about it more as it gets closer. But with that said, please check out our website, keepingitupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and X.com. YouTube channel, youtube.com/keepingitupwiththenerds. We did release a podcast yesterday, Wednesday, talking about the Santa Fe Springs Art Festival. That is coming up this Saturday. If you guys are watching this video on release. If not, and it's been passed, you missed it. But there's all that information. Follow us on our socials for more information on that, and check out our highlights on the vendors that were there too. But thank you for joining us here on this video. Did you want to say anything?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard of. And with that, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye, guys.